Hey everyone, let's dive right into this explainer and completely crack the code on the Indian Constitution's 12 schedules. I know, if you've ever actually looked at the Constitution, it can seem pretty intimidating, right? But today, we're going to transform these schedules from just a dry list of legal rules into a literal master cheat sheet you'll never forget. Whether you're prepping for a competitive exam or you just really want to understand the nuts and bolts of your nation, you're exactly where you need to be. You've probably seen this brilliant emblem before. It sits proudly on the cover of a document that governs well over 1 billion people. But to truly understand its operational framework, without getting totally lost in the dense legal jargon of the main articles, we've got to look past that front cover and peek into the hidden engine room. These appendices, the schedules, are where the actual mechanical gears turn. They detail everything from exact state borders to the salaries of top officials. All right, here's our roadmap for today. First, what are schedules? Then we'll hit schedules 1 to 4, move on to schedules 5 to 8, tackle the added for 9 through 12, check out some exam traps and memory tricks, and finally wrap up with the ultimate schedule quiz. Let's get into it. Part 1. What are schedules? The appendices of the Constitution. Okay, think of the Constitution's articles as the main text of a book, setting up all the broad rules. Now, if the founders had shoved every single minute detail into those articles, the document would be completely unreadable. So they created schedules. These are essentially detailed appendices packed with lists, tables, and administrative specifics that would otherwise clutter things up. The absolute crucial point here is that these schedules carry the exact same legal force as the articles themselves. When the original Constitution came into effect back in 1950, there were 8 of these. Today, we're looking at 12. Section 2. Schedules 1 to 4. The foundations. These first 4 basically establish the mechanical baseline of the state. It's actually a pretty logical flow. Schedule 1 literally draws the map, listing all the states and union territories. Then, Schedule 2 pays the bills, outlining the salaries and privileges for high offices like the president and Supreme Court judges. Moving on, Schedule 3 swears them in, giving us the exact wording for oaths of office. And finally, Schedule 4 seats them, outlining the number of seats each state gets in the Rajya Sabha, the upper house of parliament. Map, money, oaths, and seats. Boom. Section 3. Schedules 5 to 8. Administration and Federalism. Okay, there's a massive trap here that people fall into all the time. Both the 5th and 6th schedules deal with tribal administration, but they are entirely different in scope. The 5th schedule is super broad. It applies to general scheduled areas and tribes across 10 different states, allowing the governor to make special regulations. But the 6th schedule, it is highly specific. It only applies to 4 specific tribal areas in the northeastern states of Assam, Meghalaya, Tripura, and Mizoram. It gives them a much more autonomous administrative setup through elected autonomous district councils. Now, the 7th schedule is basically the beating heart of Indian federalism. It takes all the lawmaking power in the country and splits it into 3 distinct buckets, so everyone knows exactly what lane they're in. You've got the union list, which is exclusive to parliament for national stuff like defense. Then there's the state list, exclusive to state legislatures for local issues like police. And lastly, the concurrent list, where power is shared on things like education. But what happens if a state and the union clash on a concurrent subject? Well, the union law automatically prevails. Wrapping up the original schedules of 1950 is the 8th schedule. This one is all about officially recognizing the languages of India. Now, originally there were just 14 listed, but over the years, through various amendments, that number has expanded, growing to recognize a grand total of 22 official languages today. It's honestly a beautiful reflection of India's incredible cultural and linguistic scale. Part 4, the added 4, 9 to 12, evolving the Constitution. We have to remember the Constitution is a living document, and as India changed, it really needed to adapt. Just 1 year after it was adopted, the First Amendment in 1951 added the 9th schedule. Why? To protect crucial land reform laws from being challenged in court over fundamental rights. Fast forward a bit to 1985, and the 10th schedule, the anti-defection law, was added. This was basically to stop politicians from playing musical chairs and party hopping right after getting elected. And finally, in 1992, local governance got a massive upgrade with the 11th and 12th schedules. That 1992 transformation brought us those final 2 additions, and it's vital to see them side by side. The 11th schedule, brought in by the 73rd Amendment, focuses entirely on panchayats, or rural self-government, giving them authority over 29 specific subjects, like agriculture and rural housing. Its urban counterpart, the 12th schedule from the 74th Amendment, empowers municipalities with 18 subjects, dealing with things like urban planning and public health. You'll definitely want to remember those exact numbers. Rural has 29, urban has 18. Section 5, Exam Traps and Memory Tricks. Ace your test. If you're taking a competitive exam, you know they love to trick you. So let's arm you with some memory anchors. First up, navigating the 7th schedule lists. Just lock the phrase Uncle Sam into your brain. The U stands for union, the S for state, and the C for concurrent. It literally gives you the exact hierarchy and names in one go. Definitely keep that insider secret in your back pocket. Next trick. How do you remember the years those final 4 schedules were added? Just treat it like a phone number and dial it in increasing order. Ready? 51, 85, 92, 92. That's 1951 for the 9th, 1985 for the 10th, and 1992 for both the 11th and 12th. Simple, right?
Part 6, the ultimate schedule quiz. Test your knowledge. All right, it is time for some active recall. I'm going to throw the absolute most common test questions at you right now. First up, if a politician tries to play musical chairs and switch sides after an election, which schedule stops them? Think back to our timeline. It's the 10th schedule added in 1985.
Next question. The 11th schedule empowers rural self-government. Do you remember how many subjects are entrusted to the panchayats? Remember that rural versus urban comparison? It's exactly 29 subjects. Moving right along to federal power and our 3 buckets of lawmaking. What was that secret trick to help you remember the 7 schedule lists? We literally just covered this one. Uncle Sam comes. Union, state, and concurrent.
Okay, tricky one here. Do you apply the 5th or 6th schedule for tribal areas, specifically in Assam, Meghalaya, Tripura, and Mizoram? Don't fall for the trap. Those specific 4 northeastern states fall strictly under the 6th schedule.
Last question. Which amendment added the very first new schedule, the 9th schedule, to protect those land reform laws? Think about the very first major change to the Constitution. Yep, it was the First Amendment in 1951. So, here's the crucial point we're walking away with today. Schedules carry the exact same legal force as articles. These aren't just extra notes or afterthoughts. They are the living, breathing law of the land, and changing them requires the exact same rigorous constitutional procedure as changing any main article. They're literally the operational gears turning behind the scenes. I really hope this explainer gave you a powerful structural understanding of how the Constitution operates day to day. You've now got the map, the timeline, and the memory tricks. So, knowing how deeply these 12 schedules impact everything from your local village to the highest courts, which one will you explore next to truly master the framework of your nation? Keep testing yourself and never stop learning.